because of an illness. He's been dealing with a shoulder issue as well. When he wasn't spotted, red flags went off. We're 9 days away from Super Bowl 60. Mike Reese is in Foxborough covering the Patriots. Our Lindsay Theory, she's in Seattle, of course, covering the Seahawks. And let's start in Foxborough. And Mike, what can you tell us about Drake Maye and his absence today at practice?
So, Brian, Mike Vrabel said that Drake Maye did not practice today due to an illness. This comes one day after he was limited in practice due to his right shoulder. But I can tell you that Maye was at the facility today. He did take part in meetings, but it was Vrabel that decided to keep him off the practice field.
He did not practice, no. It was illness and shoulder. Illness? I'm sorry. Illness and shoulder.
How much did he practice yesterday, Mike? Tell us.
However you label limited, that's how much he practiced. It wasn't full, and so if it's not full, it has to be down as limited. So I don't know what percentage of the normal work, but it's pretty clear that if you're not, you don't take the normal reps or whatever you would normally take. So it wasn't that much.
The Patriots had 2 practices this week. Vrabel says that the game plan is in for first, second, and third down. They will be off on Saturday, and then they travel to the Bay Area on Sunday. They will have 4 practices leading into the Super Bowl, and all eyes will be on Drake Maye and how much he throws.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, let's go to the Seattle side. Lindsay, what do we need to know from the Seattle side today?
Amina, the Seahawks took the practice field about 40 minutes ago. A very, a very appropriate music choice. That's the word I'm looking for. The final countdown blaring from the speakers. It's a routine practice, the heaviest practice load of the week for the Seahawks Day. Jackson Smith and Jigba telling me at this point it's starting to settle in, and it really does just feel like a normal week of practice. Now, as Sam Darnold took the field, I had to get one question in, asked him how much he was going to throw today. Darnold telling me, I can't answer that. Luckily, we did also talk with his head coach just a few minutes before that, and he revealed a little bit more about Darnold's plan.
Well, it's just day by day, and how we're going to operate. And that's what we've done the last 2 weeks, and so that's what we'll keep on doing. But you put timetables on things. I mean, he's gonna play in the game. It's just how to handle, what's the best thing to do every day with that in mind. That's how we're going to treat it.
He's just going to be the Sam Darnold that he has been his entire life. And I've talked about a lot, the adversity and all the things he's gone through, all the things that he's learned. And it's like, man, he continues to grow, take the positives and be able to move towards those and not be stuck in the negatives and things like that.
And Amina, I can tell you, as they prepare for a Super Bowl now 9 days away, this feels like a pretty loose group, perhaps because of the rally cry provided by their head coach, Mike Macdonald, after that NFC Championship game on the podium, and now a viral moment saying, "We did not care." Well, several of his players now walk around the team facility, and if ever they need a light moment, they just start saying, "We did not care."
That's good stuff. Both teams, by the way, jump on a plane, head to Santa Clara this weekend. Super Bowl Media Day comes on Monday. Mike, Lindsay, thank you very much.
Yeah, well, that could have turned into a quick pick six. Yeah. There were times in the red zone where he did take some of those sacks, and they're not protection issues. They are bad decisions or his eyes being in the wrong place. So when you go into the Super Bowl, to Dan's point, he is going to have to play at his best. And the reality is, for as good as he's played in certain moments and made certain explosive plays when they've needed it, he has not been at his best so far this year in the playoffs.
I don't know that he's played a game in temperatures warmer than 12 degrees or so. It's been absolutely brutal. Yeah. And he is one of 2 MVP candidates in the league. Him and Matthew Stafford probably will be the top 2 vote getters. So he's had a great year. And this would be the way to finish it off in style if he's capable of doing it.
Let's get to the bus. Taylor, Will, your thoughts? Drake Maye, shoulder, what do you think?
Yeah, when it comes to the shoulder, when Drake Maye hits the ground and he grabs it immediately, we just call that an oil check real quick. We've all been in the situation, yourself included, Chef. You've been walking down State Street in Ann Arbor. You roll your ankle off the curb. You're like, oh, damn. All right, it gets a little hot.
Yep.
You give it a quick feel. At the end of the day, man, there's a bunch of medicine's gone a long way. He's gonna be able to numb it up, do whatever he's got to do. Because when it comes to a game like this, there is no, hey, we'll get him next time. You were at the top. This is the opportunity to etch yourself in infamy. To me, this is a non-issue.
Yeah, if I could piggyback off Taylor, look, the medicine's called lidocaine. If it's an AC joint, you get a little lidocaine in there. We've all been there.
Okay.
Outside of Danny O, he'd probably sit out of the Super Bowl if he had
Yeah.
injured issue. But I'm not as worried about.
Not smiling. He's not smiling, guys.
Oh, Dan, come on, Dan. Dan, smile.
Dan, it's a freaking show.
I know you're tough.
Yeah.
I know you're tough.
Come on, Dan.
But I'm not as worried about Drake Maye as much as I am worried about the offensive line protecting him and establishing the run game. Like if they can run duo or getting their two back looks and run against this defense, you got Ernest Jones, you got Drake Thomas, the white bull terrier, as I like to refer to him as, Nick Emanwari. This is a deadly front seven. And then when they do get into their play action game, are they going to be able to protect him so that way Drake Maye can operate back there in the pocket?
Travion Henderson, just 4 snaps last game for the New England Patriots. Talking about that two-guy. Very interesting. We'll see what's going to happen.
He's completing less than 60% of his passes and is only averaging 178 yards per game passing. That's nothing to write home about if you're trying to win a Super Bowl championship. That ain't going to cut it against the Seattle Seahawks. I'm here to tell you that right now. The suspense goes right out the window. Drake Maye don't play better. He ain't more potent offensively. The Patriots ain't more potent offensively with Boutte and Diggs and the crew. You ain't winning. It's that simple. And when we look at the New England Patriots and we say, well, you know what? The defense is elite. They're only giving up. I mean, damn, what is it? 10, 12 points a game? Let me remind you. They went against the San Diego Chargers team missing 2 of their offensive linemen. They went against a Houston Texans team who was considered anemic offensively to begin with. Plus, they had to go into the game without Nico Collins. And also, your tight end, Schultz, got hurt in the second quarter. And then in the AFC Championship game, a damn blizzard came down in the second half. So all those things considered, you had a lot going for you. You combine that with the fact that you're the New England Patriots and you had the weakest schedule, the softest schedule since of any team in the National Football League since the year 1999. When the Los Angeles Rams had a weak schedule and they ended up going, I mean, you just look at it. Patriots they've benefited tremendously. But now they're going up against a Seattle team who's arguably the most complete team in football, who, by the way, has a very elite defense that happens to be ranked number 1, better than Los Angeles, better than Houston, better than Denver. So what you going to do now? You got to be able to score. And if you don't do that, I got news for you. It's not going to be well. It's not going to bode well for the New England Patriots. That's how I'm looking at it. That's my vantage point. What's yours? 888 Mad Dog 6 is always the number to call up. That's 888-623-3646. You're listening live to the Stephen A. Smith Show, Sirius XM, Mad Dog Sports Radio. A couple of other things I wanted to get to. The Eagles hired a new offensive coordinator. His name is Sean Mannion, former quarterback coach for the Green Bay Packers.
It's being slept on. This feels like the same song and dance every single week. The way we've gone through the playoffs. Yep. Here we are again now talking about the Super Bowl. Are we sleeping on the Pats?
Absolutely. I think we're criticizing them going into the playoffs. It was all about, well, they haven't played anybody in the regular season. You look at their strength of schedule as if they're not playing NFL teams week in and week out. Then we're looking at them in the playoffs. We're excusing Drake Maye. Well, he's fumbled the ball. He's had turnovers. Well, they won the game. He didn't even have 100 yards passing. We keep coming up with excuse after excuse about this New England Patriots team. But the fact of the matter, this is a football team that has a first-year head coach with the New England Patriots, has a quarterback in their second year, spent the most money in free agency this past offseason. So that's a ton of new guys to build chemistry with. And all they've done all season long was find ways to win. I think you even look at that game on Sunday. Both teams had to play in the weather. The Patriots found a way, whether it was Drake Maye running the ball, whether it was a flea flicker in this type of weather to come up with a big play, they found a way to win. They didn't turn the ball over. They didn't make the mistakes that the Denver Broncos did. And now looking forward to this Seattle game, we watched the Seahawks beat up on the Rams, and automatically you say, well, the Rams are a better team than New England, so they'll do the same. Sam Darnold had a terrific game. He also wasn't pressured the way New England is going to blitz and try to get after him. So I do think we're sleeping on this team for so many different reasons and trying to find ways to not give them their flowers because This is a team that won 8 games over the prior 2 seasons. And in 1 year, they've completely turned the franchise around, won the division, a division in which we all believed Buffalo was going to be a top. And we're going to be watching Josh Allen get his opportunity to play in his first Super Bowl. Instead, it's Drake Maye, who has his own resurgence and is up still for the MVP. So this is a team that I think shouldn't be slept on. And look at that and say 60% chance for the Seahawks to win the Super Bowl. And we're not even a few days after just championship weekend.
That's how it goes.
Are the Patriots being slept on? Yes, they are. But I don't agree with him, even though I sound like I do. I'm snoring.
Wow.
I'm sleeping on them big time. Wow. Y'all ain't winning the Super Bowl. Y'all ain't winning the Super Bowl. I'm telling you to your face right now as a New England Patriot. You ain't winning the Super Bowl, okay? You ain't beating Seattle.
I need to sit back.
Let me tell you something right now. The New England Patriots, listen, it was a nice run. It was really, really nice. It's going to be a competitive Super Bowl, I have no doubt, because the defense is real.
Okay.
The New England Patriots defense is real. I got big-time questions about your offense. Never mind that you had the easiest schedule since the 1999 Rams. Never mind that you went against a Los Angeles Chargers squad that didn't have a couple of offensive linemen.
Yeah.
Never mind that you went against a Houston Texans team that was anemic offensively to begin with, but then you played the game without Nico Collins, and Schultz had to go down, okay? Never mind the fact that a blizzard came to y'all aid in the second half. And by the way, you didn't have to go up against Bo Nix, who broke his ankle. The second to last play of the game in overtime? I mean, what you talk about luck. Now, I will say this. The reason why you shouldn't sleep on the New England Patriots is because clearly divine intervention is shining down upon them. I mean, damn, how much luck can you get? Every single way. You got luck at the beginning of the season with your schedule. You got luck as the season went on. You got lucky in the playoffs against the Chargers, the Texans, and the Denver Broncos. But it ends now. It ends now. I'm telling you right now, I'm snoring. I'm talking about give me a pillow. Let me take a nap. I'm not worried about y'all winning this Super Bowl at all. That's right. I said it. Seattle are those dudes. I'm looking at Drake Maye right here. Let's look at these numbers right here. 3-0, no doubt about it. 56% completion, 178 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 6 fumbles, 3 of them lost. 5 total turnovers, sacked 5 times each game, 15 times he's been sacked over the last 3 games. Now, granted, defenses are no joke in L.A., in Houston, in Denver. I got it. Seattle right there. Who number one? I'm sorry, who number one? I mentioned all those teams. I mentioned L.A., I mentioned Houston, I mentioned Denver. Who's the number 1 defense? Say it.
Seattle.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. I'm telling you right now. It ends now. It ends now. I ain't trying to be a killjoy. I'm looking forward to the Super Bowl. I think it's going to be very, very competitive. I think you'll be in a position where I'm not anticipating a blowout or anything like that. But when the dust settles and you combine that with the memory of Malcolm Butler stealing a Super Bowl championship because the ball should have been given to Beast Mode.
That was luck, too.
Absolutely. Luck that an idiotic offensive coordinator and a coach that still never recovered from it, okay? I mean, you don't call a pass at the half-yard line when Beast Mode got you there to begin with. That was ridiculous. Y'all lucked up because that play should have never been called. You should have handed it to Beast Mode, who gave you every impression throughout the second half that he could run roughshod over y'all. That's what happened. Vengeance is Seattle's. It will be exacted a week from Sunday. The Seattle Seahawks win the Super Bowl championship. And that's a big, big thing coming from me because I love Mr. Kraft. That's my buddy right there. That's my guy. I love him to death. I love him to death. But it ends. It was nice. Yeah, what a run. What a run. Congratulations. It ends now.
Okay, let me zoom in a little bit further here because I feel like I've heard, this isn't the first time I've heard this, like in the last few days. Like New England better be careful because